And I'm really looking forward to this clash.
Well, this is a perfect day for footy. And there is an endless supply of it coming to you here on Nine's Wide World of Sport. 6 hours of Women's Rugby League, Saturday night footy for the boys later. No need to go anywhere today. Hollyman's been really good for the Raiders this year. She carried the ball back from the kick-off. And now Smith, and an early shift here. This is what they like to do, even from their own end of the ground. Through the hands, out to the left-hand side, and Maddie Bartlett. Sideline to sideline stuff. She's got 14 NRLW tries, Madison Bartlett. And there's a great run.
I like that early from the Raiders, just putting the Knights on notice.
Well, I hope that's the template for the rest of the game, because we'll be very much entertained. Jemima Taufa carts it through the middle. Shante Temara away to sister Zahara. Now Arpy Nichols, and now a lovely short pass away to Wiki, who's dropped down in a try saver. Tamika Upton had to make that tackle. Now Zahara rolls it through, and oh, it bobbles up, and it was tapped over the back, and that is the 8th time Zahara's forced a goal line dropout in the season so far.
That was magnificent. What a set of 6 from the kickoff. Can you only believe that game has been going for a minute and 20 seconds? That set of 6 had absolutely everything, and that very last tackle option by Z was fantastic. There was a lead runner in the way. She still came up with the right option and forced this goal line dropout.
Arpy Nichols did well too to straighten up and ensure there was still space on that edge. But that set, the Raiders are just coming onto the footy at pace. There's a lot of intent already behind what they're doing in attack.
I'm sure they've been chastened by that big loss to Brisbane last week. Sometimes that can help you recalibrate. On the end of a flogging, have a look at how you're preparing yourself, see if you can get things right. And on the back of that first set, they are very determined today. Here's Nichols with a show and go. Oh, she could have gone through
She should have held that, put it under the wing.
Robbins Reti plays the ball. Ash Quinlan. And the Knights' defence really being tested here. There's Taylor Predabon along with Olivia Higgins. 2 plays left for the Green Machine. Zahara Temara. And away to Smith once again. And meet her out. Zahara beats one, goes herself. Well done, Newcastle.
Strong defence from Newcastle there. I thought she was over then, Zahara Temara, but very busy in that set. She's playing both sides of the ruck, making sure her team's well organised, and she's got lots of ball runners. Her fingerprints will be all over this game of footy.
Here's Jasmine Strange. Her brother is a Raider, of course.
Her father is a Rooster.
I know. I wonder who Mum goes for.
Whoever the favourite is.
So Caitlin Johnston crept off the mark maybe, but allowed to soldier on. And now Taylor Predabon, she's won 2 premierships in the last 2 seasons as a Rooster and a Knight. Higgins, lovely pass. 4th tackle kick. And it rolls towards touch. What a kick by Jessie Southwell.
40-30?
40-30.
Yes.
It took the right-hand turn. An early kick after all that early defence, and she's nailed it.
Well, she's transferred the pressure brilliantly. They didn't look phased whatsoever defending their line. They turned up in numbers. And then their star half puts her hand up and absolutely nailed it off the boot. Great place to attack from.
So Hannah Southwell, the skipper, 11 out. Now Jessie, she's got 4 try assists in the season so far. Albert Jones, ball's come out. There was a helping hand.
In line, Jessie.
Quinlan couldn't resist the urge. And Johnston right on the line here. Higgins! Nope.
Head up. Tackle 2, straight out, Olivia. Markers. Olivia, back over there. On the goal line there, that'll do.
Some excellent goal line defence from both teams inside the first 5 minutes. Gee, there's 2 front rows.
Good
Busy.
run.
Here's Predabon. And they head through the hands now. This is Roach. Don't argue, I suppose. Just ran straight towards the Canberra defender, who came buffeting out the back. Now to make her upturn. It should be really hard to stop here. Predabon again. Excellent tenacity on the goal line. Last play.
Don't play it on her. Go, 5.
Upton. Sneaks a pass away straight to a green jersey.
Well, haven't we seen some great goal line defence from both sides? Really good scramble, and I think a couple of tackles ago when they jumped out of dummy half and tried to go over Liv Higgins, the space was actually out to the left, and if Georgia Roach is able to just pick her voice up a little bit, they might have come away with a different result than us.
Jasmine, release. Here, got away.
Mackenzie Wiki. And Hollyman, been really strong in the middle of the field for Canberra this year. 9 from the halfway. What an enjoyable first 6 minutes of footy. It's been fast and tough. Plenty of skill on show also. Taufa on the halfway. Tamara. Oh, there's almost a collision there. And in the end, Strange comes galloping back and is put to ground. Smith, the defender. So the Knights just 1 loss in the season so far. That was to North Queensland in round 2. So they've played 4 of their 6 games to date at home. And this is actually the furthest they've been away from Newcastle, because their couple of away games have been in Sydney at Belmore and Combank. Here's Tamika. Oh,
no! Roach tripped over thin air.
Who's the sniper in the stands?
What happened there?
The green sniper just came out and snapped her. I'd love to see that one on replay.
Did someone put a spell on her or something?
Oh, here we go.
Penalty.
Look at this break by Upton. She's so silky. Oh, it looks like she just, her legs got caught up with Elise Smith of the Raiders there.
Well, I'll tell you what it does do. It puts the Raiders on notice. You cannot be flat-footed in defence around Tamika Upton. The urgency is so crucial. She's so strong in contact. I feel like that's something we don't always speak about. We speak about her speed and the deception in the way that she runs, but she's very strong in contact.
Here is Mona Lisa Soliola, daughters of 2 Raiders champs out there. Mona Lisa Soliola and Mackenzie Wiki. Shante Tamara now. Plays right to Sis. And Nichols, great duel of the fullbacks. No, we had a defender knocked over.
Obstruction, she runs at the chest.
Yeah, they got that wrong with the obstruction, but they've shown the blueprint on how to break through this Knights defensive line. Arpie Nichols is coming around both sides of the ruck and just sweeping in and connecting with her centre and her winger. Have a look at the timing of her. She knows when to hold the footy up. Breaks through that first defender and the support's there.
They look dangerous with the ball though, Canberra.
Yeah, it's the way they shift it too. They're not playing too pre-line. They're actually taking the line on, engaging the defender and forcing the line to make a decision.
Yasmin Clydesdale had a wonderful year in 2022. Won the premiership with Newcastle. Played Origin for New South Wales. Gillaroos representative as well. World Cup final win. Yasmin Clydesdale. Here's Upton playing a lot of first and second receiver. Now Jessie Southwell dancing away from Quinlan, back to Higgins. And Taufa there to stop her. They've used 4 tackles and upped it into dummy half, kicks ahead. Nichols is there to field it.
Didn't they miss her last week?
Oh, yeah.
She was out last week for the Raiders, and already the first 10 minutes, her touches have been quality for the Raiders.
Yeah, she's been the difference and how busy she is as well.
Look at this. Beautiful kick by Upton. Equally up to it.
She's got everything.
How good is she?
Amazing.
She's so good. Great defence again.
What a day for footy. There's Dodd playing at lock, and Simona Taufa's gone into the front row. And a long kick here. It was just outside the 40, but have a look at this. Hop its way towards the in goal.
Huge boot.
Is the chase up to it.
Oh, nowhere for Tanika Upton. Okay, that was a great kick and chase.
Great finish. And you know, when you're coming out through yardage there, that final kick, that option, you want to land what's called in the cage, and that's in that 20-metre space between the try line, the 20-metre, and the tram lines there, and that was a wonderful finish for the Raiders.
Go back, Sheridan.
Shanice Parker has try-scoring doubles in her last 2 games. And now Jasmine Strange, big loping strides. Good defensive set for the Raiders on the back of that kick. Here's Johnston. Oh, Shante Temara.
They're doing really well to win the wrestle and get these Knights girls spun around so they're on their back. It just takes that extra bit of time to turn around and stand up and play the ball. Arpy Nichols doesn't miss her assignment. Gets the set started over the 30-metre line.
Got to say, that tackle from Shante Temara on Johnston, she's the smallest player on the field by quite a margin, Shante. And didn't shirk it there.
Great technique. Got right in the breadbasket under the ball.
She's 65 kilos, Shante.
She loves it too.
So no points yet as we approach 12 minutes. First of a women's triple header on the home of the NRLW here, Nines Wide World of Sports. Here's Smith. And Taufa with a one-out carry gets them to tackle number 5. Quinlan, left Nichols behind. Oh, was that a late tackle? Yeah, it was. And was it high?
It looked high.
Late. It was certainly late.
She didn't miss her.
No.
It was an awkward one too because I think that left arm.
Boom.
Does Gallagher's left upper arm and shoulder make contact with the head here? I'm sure this is what's being looked at. This will go on the report.
It's only a report.
You tapping there? Wait, Ashley, wait.
Very little stoppage in this game. It's been free-flowing and an opportunity now for Canberra. Southall thinking about a one-on-one pinch, but the tackle was completed before she could. And Samaima head down and dragging the defenders forward. Temara, Nichols with fast footwork as always, but she's driven back. Great defence. Really good stuff. Clydesdale there. Hollyman. Oh, Clydesdale got left behind that time. And Jessie Southall had to come in, along with Caitlin Johnston. The Raiders poised for first points in this. Taufa, flat pass. Soliola.
It was very, very flat.
Newcastle's defence on their line has been outstanding, and now a chance for a counter-attack for Upton. She looked up and thought, oh, I could sneak through here. But Bartlett stopped her. Gee, they've been organised, haven't they? The Newcastle defenders on their line.
Well, they look very comfortable and confident in themselves and the player next to them. Very much up to the defensive assignment at the moment.
So a change here. Romanuck into the game in 15. They're being asked to use a lot of energy because they've got no win on this set of 6. And Southwell kicks. This one bounces very awkwardly for Nichols, who had to race to get it back, but there is a penalty. The Chasers were offside.
Yeah, and that is great kick pressure from the Raiders. I think it was Zahara Temara that came up and actually put pressure on Jessie Southwell. She recognises what a threat her boot is, and she takes the time and space off her to come up with the right kick option at the end there, and we're seeing the results of it. Good field position. They get a penalty. They get a little leg up out of their own half, and they get straight into good ball.
Up here, girls, up here.
I'd like to know what Darren Borthwick said to them at training throughout the week, because they are playing like women possessed today, the Raiders.
They've been stung, haven't they? They got bowled over last week.
Well, they still have Grace Kemp and Matua to come on off the bench. Their impact will be huge. Certainly don't look like they're about to run out of energy.
Quinlan wanted to wrap around, but Soliola held onto the ball. And again, Newcastle reading this play. Quinlan inside. Nichols came flying onto it. Gee, that was a good tackle. Albert Jones, the defender, not a great pass. Picked up by Quinlan. Temera across the ground. Tungai's out there, takes it. Oh, and couldn't get it back. And that's a great tackle by Strange. They're stopping them everywhere.
Excellent tackle by Strange to save that try. But great work. Arpy Nichols here, her support play back on the inside. She was there to play before as well. She just looks so dangerous roaming around. They've got a lot of options. And Tungai getting taken out here by Jasmine Strange. Beautiful defensive work. I thought Ash Quinlan did a great job that set too, just before the lead up to the kick where Temera got the footy. She cleaned up an awful pass off the deck and just gave her halves partner the perfect pill to be able to execute that kick.
Shante, get up now! Here. Hold. Go, one.
Oh, good stinging tackling by Canberra here. They're struggling to make any great ground from their own end of the field here. That's a good run.
And a good play to ball too.
Kayla Romanuck there. Oh, not a great pass. Southwell had to go back and pick it up. Played by Parker. Higgins to Johnston. Played it quicker than the last. Here's a floating bomb. And it's going to dip. I'll take it. Well by Nichols. She's had a fine start to the game, hasn't she?
She's been brilliant. Hasn't missed an assignment yet. Good kick from Jessie Southwell too. Just turned the footy over, kicked it on the belly of the ball. But again, well handled by Nichols. There's not much in it, is there? I'm struggling to figure out how this game cracks open.
You feel like it might crack open just through
maybe one of the fullbacks.
fatigue.
Yeah, fatigue. One of the fullbacks. They've looked the most dangerous at the moment. What a great game.
I think with the Raiders' ball movement, there's a disconnect on that left edge defensively for the Knights. If they move the ball the way they have, they'll be able to take advantage of that. And then when the middle's fatigue for both sides, there'll be joy for those fast players.
Good ball. And Wiki is tackled just as impressively there by Abigail Roach. She tried the in and away, but it was read nicely. And taken by Sheridan Gallagher. And the Raiders have got Newcastle precisely where they want them once again, in a very willing opening to our triple header. You can see bottom right there, Brisbane Sharkies coming up next.
Up in Townsville as well, the next two games. Warm weather today expected.
When is it never not warm there?
Do Sharkies have a flight home this week, Roo?
Apparently, yeah. They went up a couple of days early to make sure they got there on time this week.
Long drive.
That's twice. Do not push out, play it on the mark. Play it. Go, 5.
Southall. Another tester for Nichols, who is passing with flying colours, and here we go, she explodes into a bit of space. What a great carry back.
Geez, that week off
has
done her the world
she must
of good.
have missed playing footy.
They needed her last week, but she has come out firing today for the Green Machine.
Well, you can see the fatigue in the game now. Running off by herself, no support.
Oh, what a run.
But, yeah, look at that.
Wicked, she's still going.
Push up.
Oh, the crowd didn't like
wanted her to
that.
let him go.
Let her go. Tamara. Oh, what a good tackle, although she just dropped off there.
Jasmine, off the arm. Make it all the way.
That was Roach
For Yasmin.
making the tackle on Smith.
Now.
Tamara targets the markers. They're a bit tardy there and sprints up to the 10.
Yasmin. Come on, ladies.
They've made a lot of ground here, Canberra. They're just starting to feel the pinch, this Newcastle defence. Quinlan.
Oh, too big.
Oh, dear. She's kicked at the fish wick.
She certainly has. I like the play before, Zahara Temera. Just spotting the opportunity back on the short side and taking the line on. She knew her halves partner, Ash Quinlan, had her back with the kicking game. But she can see that opportunity. Would be surprised if they didn't go back and attack that edge this next set.
Oh, good shot. And that's the flow-on effect, isn't it, of having so much ball, is that you can really make a statement with your defence, racing up off the line.
Yeah, you pick up your line speed, your contact is better, you control the ruck a little bit better. Romanuck has been good for the night since she's come on. She's actually helped them take a bit of go forward, but this Raiders outfit, up to the challenge.
Clydesdale. Tackled there by Tamara. Around the legs. Here's Roche. Through a hole almost. Desperate tackle by Holly May Dodd. This is highly entertaining footy. Now Jessie Southall's got a lot of time to size up her options. She kicks high in the air and it's too long.
Let it go.
She'd be unhappy. 7 tackle set back to the 20.
Run the 20, ladies.
Looks like Madison Bartlett is limping a little bit coming out of that challenge. But a miss kick there by the Knights again comes down to the pressure that the Raiders have been putting on them. Not quite rattled, but they're not playing with the smooth precision that we've seen out of them the last few weeks as Grace Kemp is about to enter the fray.
Grace Kemp. What a player.
Tungai. Talk about players that play above their weight category.
Oh, yeah.
And wins a penalty for a team.
Like that one, Tomo. Even got a clap. Gave him a clap too.
Everyone deserves a clap. Positive reinforcement.
Absolutely. This has been a wonderful start to the game. Can you believe 22 minutes, no score, but it has been so entertaining. End to end,
Yep.
We've seen really good physicality in defence. Attack has been top shelf as well. This game is definitely living up to its billing.
Here's Kemp. Great tackle. Southall driving around the legs, but they're on the 20 with a full set at their disposal here. It goes to Tamara. And Nichols, don't pass it, Uppy. Wiki had overrun it. Higgins with another tackle. There's the Westpac red zone. Raiders 11, Knights 7 play the balls, respectively. They're still aiming up, though, aren't they? Protecting their line at all costs, this Newcastle team. Zahara Temera, Quinlan, floater, great pass, try to Canberra. That was a beautiful ball over the top by Quinlan, and Madison Bartlett is as good a finisher as there is in the NRLW.
Yeah, she's a try-scoring machine, Madison Bartlett. But really good structure from the Canberra Raiders. They've had it all day. They've been quite challenging with ball in hand. I really like the line that Zahara Temera ran to set this off and to link up with her halves partner on the Harvey Norman replay. She took the ball straight quickly and then just curved over a little bit, but it was that opportunity with the space and to be able to get the pill out there to Madison Bartlett. They did it brilliantly, the Canberra Raiders.
So that's 15 NRLW tries up there with the leaders. Yes, go the girls indeed.
I love it. Viking and Valkyrie. Would it be the Valkyrie?
Valkyrie, right.
Yep.
I like it.
Did you? Hey, you look surprised.
Oh, well, no, I was just going to ask what,
I think it's a Valkyrie.
what the girls' mascot's called. That's good.
I'm assuming. But that just comes down, like, you have a look at the possession at the moment. 59% to the Raiders, 41 to the Knights, and they have been playing on the front foot this whole 24 minutes.
Zahara missed both the kicks last week. Before that, she'd hardly missed one all year. This one tried to come back but couldn't.
And make sure you scan the QR code up the big screen now to go to the draw to win an NRLW Red Fund experience, all thanks to Harvey Morgan.
Hard to believe it's taken 24 minutes to open the scoring. A wonderful game. And a great bit of play. Here's the cold hero. Kerahatina Matua. And now Holly May Dodd, good yardage with the first two runs after points here for Canberra, and a penalty. They're all pumped up. The fans are making plenty of noise too.
Aren't they? They are loving it, this home crowd. And their home team is putting on an absolute show for them. This is, like you said, a great game of football. It's had absolutely everything, and just the ball playing, the skill that is on display today. Dry weather footy at its best.
Oh, Wicky's been strong, hasn't she? Running so hard. Can they go back to back here, Canberra, after taking quite a time to break down the Newcastle defence? Shante Temera down a short side, almost a little gap emerging there, but that was another desperate tackle by Romanak, who's made quite a few of those. Fast play the ball, here goes Shante.
Vienna, no more. Away, make it here. Oh.
Zahara. And now Kemp.
Last tackle, Sean.
She's a real athlete, isn't she? 2 metres from the line. That was a wonky play. The ball.
Before the play the ball.
Trying to go too quick there, Grace Kemp. She was wrestling. Didn't get this ball down cleanly. And it was the last tackle too. You could see them loading up.
Well, the pinnacle of the season, it's not far away now, is it? The 2023 Grand Finals, NRL and NRLW, Accor Stadium, Sunday, October 1. Now, if you haven't got a Father's Day present yet, you've got some explaining to do. But if you need one,
you're in some strife.
We've solved the issue. A Grand Final ticket, NRL.com/tickets. And Dad will think, gee, that's a great gift. How long did it take you to come up with that?
Ashley, roll out. Oh.
It's always a wonderful day. 3 great games of footy. Sheridan Gallagher came into this game leading the NRLW for line breaks. 9 of them in 6 games. That's good going. Leishon Albert Jones wins Newcastle's penalty.
Get out of there.
This is the relief that the Knights are looking for. Jessie Southwell looked to bite off a nice little chunk here, so give her middles a bit of a break. They'll get straight into transition. so they can start attacking immediately. And the Knights have got strike power, but it's just how much they've got in the tank at the moment, because they've done a lot of defence.
And the possession count 61% in favour of Canberra. Oh, Southall got hit really hard and has felt all of it. That's concerning.
Yeah, she also stayed down previously in a tackle she made down that left edge, and she stayed down for a couple of tackles. So hopefully she's all right.
She's feeling for the back of the neck there.
Hopefully not a crusher.
Well, it may have been.
It could be. I'd have to see if this angle might be better.
All right. Well, the training staff are out there with Hannah Southwell. We'll take a short break. The skipper's back on her feet. Kayla Romanak. Tackled by Kemp. Played it quickly. Higgins, Jessie Southwell, and a lovely pass. Oh, and the second ball didn't find the mark.
Just the finishing touches on that. They were looking really dangerous. I've been watching Tamika Upton very closely every time that the Knights have the ball, and she is such a dominant voice. You could see in the lead up to that, she's got her finger out pointing exactly what hole she wants people to run. And just that last pass was off.
She didn't really need to throw it either.
No.
She takes the tackle, she gets up quickly, she plays the ball, there's no markers, gives Jessie Southwell a nice platform to play off.
Two really dominant playmakers, don't they, in Jessie Southwell and Tamika Upton, and Georgia Roche, the 5'8", plays, I suppose, a little bit of a support role on that left-hand side. Tamika, last few years, certainly the standout fullback in Women's Rugby League. There's some competition now, though, isn't there?
There's a few floating around. We've seen Emma Tonegata go back to 5'8", Tegan Berry. Her transition to fullback has been so seamless. I honestly can't believe how good she's going. What a freak.
Nichols, there's another one maybe in contention, and a short pass to Robin Zretti. She's got 4 tries in her last 5 games. Samaima Taufa. So just over 5 minutes until half-time, 35-minute halves in NRLW. Quinlan through the hands. Robin Zretti again. She tried to force an offload. Well, that's somewhat disappointing, maybe, and to a promising set for the Raiders, but they're happy to give the ball back to Newcastle at this end of the ground.
Yeah, I think Ash Quinlan just lost count there of the tackles. I think she thought it might have been 4th and tried to hit Robin Zretti and aim for a quick play of the ball, but look at this defense.
Look at this for the Shontae Tamara again.
Oh, yes.
Wow. They're going nowhere here, Newcastle. This is so impressive from the Raiders.
Right, off the legs. Here, lock in. Hold. Mill King. Mill King. Go.
It's Romanak once more. Now Tinal.
Last tackle. Kepe.
Drumwell to get out past the halfway line here. Olivia Higgins goes to Jessie Southwell. It's a miss kick. It's pretty much up and down in the same spot. Lands in no one's land, and away to Tungai, who gets collared.
Well, again, the defensive pressure from the Raiders forcing that error on the last tackle as they're on a break down the right.
Wiki with great speed. They can't keep up. Tamika's got to make another last-ditch tackle.
Just 2. What a run from Wiki. Powerful and fast.
Taufa. Played to Tamara. Quinlan looking for options on this left-hand side. Nichols, Bartlett. Again, the Knights so brave defending their line. But Robbins-Retty, it's another try for Bartlett. What about that for great footy?
What about the reload from Madison Bartlett? She got rid of the ball with a late offload. She could have very easily backed off.
Last kick options that haven't been quite right out of the Knights. And then on the flip side, they just attack. As soon as they get the football, they just attack. They don't sit back and wait and just lay one up and go. They're actually playing really good attacking football, and they deserve to be going into the break ahead.
They're a really good team.
Oh, yeah.
She had a good look at the first attempt from pretty much the exact same spot. Can Zahara make the adequate correction? I was going to say 4-0 is a credit to Newcastle's tenacity in defence. 8-0 and maybe 10-0, not so much. Great kick. Two tries to Maddie Bartlett, and it's the Raiders with a 10-0 lead over the Knights. 90 seconds until half-time. Oh, here comes Matua.
Off the back fence.
Oh, what a run. That would be frightening to throw yourself in front of a full throttle run by Matua. Now Grace Kemp. Still a minute to go in the half.
Yes.
Here I come. Boom.
She gets right at her point too off the kickoff. Gets straight at the half. And look at the roll that they create here, the Raiders. No markers. Off she goes.
Here goes Tamara. Oh, there are some heavy legs in the Knights team here. Last play. Can they manufacture another try? Zahara goes in the air. Tungai is chasing it. It's Tungai v Strange. Oh, she had a catch on that Shaq Tungai, but eventually lost the ball. Well, I can tell you that Newcastle, they'll be running to the sheds now. Get us in there. We need a break.
It's been unrelenting, the pressure from the Raiders. Zahara has come up with some wonderful kick options off the back. Ash Quinlan's come up with some wonderful run options. And defensively, they are just hitting heavy today.
So the possession count is 60-40 in favour of the Raiders, and a 10-0 scoreline is actually probably palatable given the statistical advantage in favour of the home team, who are trying to continue this unbeaten run at GIO Stadium. 10-0, the Raiders over the Knights at halftime.
Well, it's good when they find her early ball. She does a lot of those tough carries out of her end, but when she's got that little bit of space, quite often breaks that first tackle with her speed and her power. She's been phenomenal for the Raiders.
So Canberra with a handy enough lead, but Newcastle in the last 4 games have scored 22, 22, 22 and 38 points. Oh no, That's not the ideal start. They've prevented it from going over the sideline. That's one thing. But look at this. It's a bit of a repeat from the first half. They are wedged against their own goal line.
Well, last week the Raiders got off to a very quick start as well, and the Broncos came back hard at them. But today, you don't get the feeling that's going to happen. The Knights are really going to have to work for this.
Here's a chance. Oh, Upton! Ignites them straight after half-time. What a tackle!
Guess who?
What a tackle by Taufa. Now, Hannah Southwell, so this is a positive beginning. Straight out of the break. The Knights have been revved up. Jessie Southwell, dummies, runs. Oh, Shante Temera. She's so brave with the tackling. Higgins dashes away, kicks for the corner. Oh, in touching goal. That's bad luck. What a set.
Well, they came out with plenty of intent, and it was Tamika Upton who broke that line and got them on the front foot. Here it is, footy in two hands. Has a little bit of a look to the left when she throws the dummy.
What a tackle.
That tackle was next level.
Considering how that set started for the Knights, they're on the back foot, they were pinned down in their corner, and individual brilliance can break games wide open for you.
I think she's the key, though, Tamika Upton. She needs to be heavily involved in taking the line on, not just directing what's happening at the Knights. She needs to get the footy in her hands as much as possible.
Well, there's the gun. Second in the NRLW for run metres on average per game this year. 213 a game. It's a massive effort, especially when you consider the games of 70 minutes. You see a few double centuries in men's rugby league. That's over an 80-minute journey. Tegan Berry's leading the way, incidentally. Most running metres on average per game.
Last tackle, Vienna. Straighten up, go. Jasmine.
Zahara Tamara sends it skyward. Taken pretty comfortably there by Sheridan Gallagher. And now Parker drilled in a big shot.
She loves leading by example. Samaima Taufa.
Imagine running at those two, Samaima Taufa and Matua. No, thank you.
I'd be looking for a pass.
Yeah.
Pre-line pass.
I'd be busy.
Romanuk's been strong off the bench. And Tino over the halfway. A rare kick for Georgia Roche. Taken by Tungai and Nichols, who's had a super game and runs strongly again back beyond the 20.
It's just that ability the Raiders have to shift out of trouble. And again here, they're finding width. So every time their outside backs run their set, they're not running straight into the middle D. They're actually just trying to punch into that edge there.
High quality footy. Both teams showcasing their skills. Now it's 10-0, but the Knights' defence has been really good. They were under siege for most of that first half. Here's Matua, standing like a giant. They can't stop her. Will anyone stop her?
Great run, but good ball movement too. Nice little offload from Grace Kemp to keep the momentum rolling.
And Zahara kicks for space.
Great.
Gallagher's got to turn and chase the ball, dribbling along. Oh, another one that rolls out unfairly.
Oh, if the outside chasers had been a step quicker, I think they play it, the Knights, and that's a repeat set there for the Raiders. She threaded it beautifully, Zahara Temera.
I think the indications after half-time are that this game is going to open up.
Clear it. Lock in. Hold.
Jasmine Strange wanted the referee to intervene there. And Kemp with a strong tackle. Taufa again. How many is that? 25 tackles for Samaima. That's off for Canberra hand. There'll be 6 more coming. And here's Tamika Upton.
Well, this is the perfect opportunity for the Knights. 0 tackle. They're 35 metres out. They just need to hold and keep their heads.
That's
Strong
a good
run.
Play
Sino.
offense.
First tackle inside the 20, penalty.
She's out right there, you've got to give her space. What are you doing?
All they need here is a quick play the ball. They don't need to wait till 4 or 5 to try and have good shape and put something on. I'd like to see them let it rip pretty early.
Oh, Johnston buckled there. Newton Maynard's on the ground. And Tamika Upton. Excellent tackle.
Great defence.
Release!
That was Ash Quinlan. Romanuck closing in on Canberra's line. Newcastle yet to register a point. Is that about to change? Johnston. Good ball from the big front rower, and it is a try. Georgia Roche has scored, and you can see the excitement in the Newcastle team. They've come out of halftime a different unit.
Well, against all of the possession, against all of the field position, the Knights have come up with the first points in the second half.
Attack.
So Tamika's barking the instructions. We're back in this, ladies. They've got so much attacking power in this Newcastle team. A 10-point gap. Didn't look that big at half-time, and it's even less now as Southall steps up to convert.
Stay behind.
We've got a real contest now. Georgia Roche with a pivotal try. Let's see what Canberra's response is. They dominated the first half. Oh, the kick's going to go dead. What a strike. That was just a stinger in golfing terms. It went over the dead ball line, and now the goal line dropout.
Yeah, she was always going to have a tough time catching this. Look at that backspin on it. And she just hit it low and hard, like you said, Tomo. The bounce was wicked on it too. It just skidded.
That was a bullet.
So what a good kicking game can do for you. It can turn a game on a dime.
It's not the first time Zahara Temmer has done it either. Controlled the game with her kick.
Oh,
no. No.
Well,
There's a ball bucket there, Jesse.
Oh,
I
no.
was just going to say they could cut them some slack. She had to go and get the ball, but as the referees pointed out, there's a bucket. There's a bucket full of them behind the dead ball line.
What are you doing, Nick? Sante?
They'll take the 2 here, wouldn't you? Go ahead by a converted
Luke.
try.
Billy?
Looks like they are. It's not a bad option either. They're rolling through the field. They're rolling through yardage quite well. Puts them ahead by a converted try, so considering how close the Knights are now.
Zahara Temera with that kickoff. What a boot. What a boot.
Oh, I've just been told there's no balls in the ball bucket. That's a bit unfair.
That is so unfair.
It's 12-6.
Are you serious?
got vision of
Lead out to 12, 9.
Behind. Stay behind. Stay behind it, Leishon.
Well, of all the controversies to talk about, I didn't think we'd be having a debate about an empty ball bucket, but I'm reliably told the ball bucket was empty, so Jesse Southwell had to go and pick up the ball, which took too long, and then the referee gave a penalty because the buzzer went off.
It's strange that the referee didn't listen to Jessie Southwell because she was lippy. She mouthed off after she got penalised, more than likely saying there's no footies in the bucket. That's ridiculous.
Here's Wiki. She's had a blinder. There's a harder Tamara. Takes on the defence herself.
Vienna, straight up. Yeah, get away. Hold.
And Matua.
Last tackle, Caitlin, out of there. Square, hold.
Romanuk, the tackler, goes to Tamara, plays out the back to Nichols, now to Mackenzie Wiki. A forward pass call came from the touch judge.
Yeah, it's tricky, that one. The pass to Nichols was actually well and truly off mark. Sometimes when you get a bad pass, you're best off just to hold the footy and go into contact so that doesn't happen, the ripple effect.
Oh, big shot. Kera Hatina Matua. Went
good.
Boom. And Abigail Roach runs it out to within about 13 metres of the halfway line. Clydesdale. Strong charge. Exploited a bit of space there and gets up to the halfway. Maynard for Southwell. And Romanuk. Kemp, the chief tackler there. Jessie Southwell kicks.
She had a lot of time to kick again then, Jessie Southwell.
Help! Police! Hold. Go, one.
Oh, good run.
Vienna, let it go. Square, hold. Hold.
Good surge by Robbins Retty. Now Maddie Bartlett with the two tries that Canberra have scored today.
Yasmin, release. Kayla, wait.
I was just about to say the Raiders have made a couple of changes through the middle, some fresh legs. Straight into it.
Square, Kayla. Kayla, hold. Go forward, good job.
Kemp and Matua earn themselves a break. Now Sophie Hollyman.
She had a great start to the game too. This second stint is going to be massive for the Raiders.
Go. Holly, give 10.
The sun in Tamika Upton's eyes there. Just another factor to deal with for this star fullback who's tackled on the 20.
HIA.
Yeah, this happened in the previous defensive set. Mackenzie Wiki was left behind in a tackle and she was slow to rejoin. So she's going off for a head injury assessment. She had a very strong game too. On the right edge, Mackenzie Wiki.
It's been brilliant.
Run for over 160 metres.
What about when she bumped off Tamika Upton? It just reminded me of her father, the way he ran and just dropped everything into contact. Family resemblance isn't strong.
Jessica Gentle gets quite the ovation.
Shante, release on the mark. Let it play it.
Gee, Jasmine Strange has been knocked around out there. They've really given her some attention when she's run the ball. And more aggressive defence. Dodd. Tiana Davison, her first involvement in the game so far. Oh, big shot front on again. But the ball squeezes out the back. Here's Upton at pace. She's left the ball behind. Tamika Upton versus Nichols. She beat her. Back on the inside to Southwell. Jessie Southwell keeps the ball alive. Now Caitlin Johnston
Bartlett stopped that try then from her chase. She was the only one that could.
Jessie Southwell, cut out pass, another one to the Knights. This game has changed dramatically after half time, and Tamika Upton came charging onto that.
The Knights back to that right edge because they had to get through a little bit of a defensive work and that chased the Raiders. Madison Bartlett was the one that was able to contain Tamika Upton, and then they just struggled to reset.
Just Sheridan Gallagher, what a transition from football,
Last
round
year.
ball football, soccer, to rugby league.
In a year.
That's incredible. Sure she would have enjoyed the Matildas' journey through the recent World Cup, as everyone in Australia did. Well, what a transformation. Canberra had all the running, and Newcastle have come flying out of the halftime break.
It's interesting she doesn't do any of their kicking. I guess they've got Jessie Southwell, who's brilliant on the boot, but you'd expect if she's coming from soccer, she'd have a nifty little touch. Maybe they're just keeping that one up their sleeve, a little surprise.
To lock us up. What a kick. 12 all. So here's the Sharkies getting ready to tackle the Broncos, the all-powerful Brisbane. That one at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Townsville, under resplendent sunshine. They've shown glimpses of their development too as a new club in NRLW so far this year, the Sharks, and we know the Broncos are always most formidable. You'll see that next.
They look good with Julia Robinson back. She's a weapon. It'll be a close game though. Not much in it. Oh no.
Oh, not another muck up from the restart.
She's saved herself.
So Gallagher's okay. And Lation Albert Jones down a right-hand edge. Penalty! Things have really swung now.
They have. They've started this second half really well, the Knights. They've had the majority of possession compared to the first half, and they're really making it count.
Wait.
I thought this was... It looked a little bit like a loose carry live, but on replay there were some hands involved.
Lock in. Go on.
Tamika Upton again. She can turn a game like very few can.
It's the
And now
deception with her
Johnston charges
speed.
on the back of it.
She's so deceiving with her speed.
She just accelerates.
It's
she's
insane.
She's none to 100 in 2 strides.
Insane.
Davison.
Release. Lock in. All the way. Line. Go forward.
Right from Maynard. Jessie Southwell dummies. Jessie's going to score. The Knights have hit the lead.
Well, I think they're lucky they scored there, the Knights, because I think the Raiders might have given away a penalty. I think Romanak was taken off the ball as Jessie Southwell stepped her way to the try line, but the Harvey Norman replay is probably going to show it a little bit better. That break by Tamika Upton is what created this opportunity. This big right foot step by Jessie Southwell. It's so hard to defend against. You know she's going to bring it. You know she has it. But when you're on your own try line and you're backpedaling or you're drifting laterally the way they have been there, the Raiders, it's so hard to stop.
So hard to stop. It's the work off the ball. They had front foot ball that whole set. They were making great meters. You can't see it in that replay, but Tamika Upton was sweeping around to that edge. So a couple of the defenders' eyes were on Tamika Upton as the threat, and that's all Jessie Southwell needs, that tiny little bit of hesitation from the defenders. And that's where she brings in that right foot step, takes the line on.
That's incredible. It's a different team after half time. From 10-0 to 18-12 in favour of the Knights. That's a cool look. What a talent. You saw it there on screen. She was joint winner of the Newcastle Player of the Year last year as a 17-year-old.
Oh, she debuted for the Sky Blues this year as well. For someone so young, she's done some great things in the game already and still has plenty more to give. More development, more time.
I'd imagine the Raiders are feeling a little shell-shocked.
Sophie, clear the grip. All the way, Holly. Go, one, good work.
So they've overturned this lead in 11 minutes.
Well, a similar thing happened against the Broncos. They were the first two to score, and then not a point after that. So they'll have to try and change the momentum. Big defensive set here.
Yeah, Simona, hold. No, three, she got there.
Well, a lot has come off the back of line breaks and second phase play. So if the Raiders can really make sure defensively they shore things up, it's a nice kick here by Southwell. Better kick.
Glorious kick.
Oh,
what a shot! Johnston. That is very unfair. That is a mismatch if you've ever seen
that
one.
was great.
And now the pass, a couple of bounces out the back. They look like they are in a bit of trouble here now, Canberra.
Rattled.
I want to see that again.
Rattled.
Is that sick?
No.
Look at this. Big step.
Yes!
That's Jessica Gentle, who is probably the smallest player on the field. Just ran into a brick wall.
She came on for Mackenzie Wiki and Caitlin Johnston was the welcoming party.
Yeah. Sahara Temera holding the defence off. Backhand flick. That was neat. Tangai playing it. Shante Temera. Now Sahara. Taken by Gallagher. Oh, good footwork.
Well, the Raiders, they just look like their legs are very, very heavy at the moment. And this is where Upton and the other outside backs, the centres and wingers for the Knights, can really create some leg speed through the middle. Look at them go. They're just getting to work.
Hold square. Go, three.
Oh, no. I think Jemima Taufa's got a problem. Well, she's managed to scrape herself off the ground, but she's got an arm hanging. Oh, that does not look good. What a warrior she is. She's going to be asked to make a tackle here despite having that arm hanging by the side of her. Oh, I think she's in trouble.
It's not good.
You never see Mima go to the side like that. She might just take a knee in the middle of the field, but she'll never take herself off towards the sideline.
That's not good.
She's been battered today. They're going nowhere now. Trying to shift off a slow play of the ball, and the Knights' defence is just swarming up, and they forced an error.
Well, this is a big moment in the game. There's a lot of fatigue, no direction. Well, Jemima Taufa is that player in the middle that gives them that direction. She's off the field. I highly doubt we'll see her for the rest of the game. This is going to be a really gutsy effort for the Raiders now. The Knights have had all the momentum this half.
Well, this is where Hollyman is going to have to step up and really take control of this forward pack. Zahara Temera will get to work with the backs. But they need to shore up their defence because the Knights at the moment are just finding gaps at will.
She's on.
Upton. Oh, A little small chance there for Tungai to snatch the intercept, but the ball goes to ground.
Oh, no.
She stayed
Mine
on.
has stayed on.
What?
What? She's a robot. Unbelievable.
She's too brave for her own good.
She has an absolute zero care factor for her body. And a 100% care factor for her team.
The 2023 NRLW season has been outstanding so far, and the final rounds of the Premiership are coming up. To decide who plays in the finals this year, there's so much to play for. Witness real power and unreal passion live. Don't miss NRLW footy. NRL.com/tickets to get your seats today. The NRL Women's Telstra Premiership, real passion and real power. Speaking of which, here's Caitlin Johnston closing in on Canberra's line. Mano with a lovely pass. Southwell. Away to Lation Albert Jones. Penalty, another one. And Jesse Southwell's going to take the shot at penalty goal to stretch this lead potentially to 8 points.
It'll just chew up a little bit more time on the clock as well. However, the Knights, this second half, they have been full of running. It's just been off some ill discipline that they've got themselves into really good field position. And off the back of that, the likes of Upton have been coming through and just creating significant opportunities. She has been outstanding yet again at the back for the Knights.
That's just ignited the second half.
Oh, hasn't she? But the best thing is everybody's going with her, because there's no point having somebody like that where that can create things if you don't push with them and you don't give them the support or somebody there to just to help it.
Points to 12. Coming up, following this clash, two more great games of Women's Rugby League. Brisbane Sharkies and Cowboys Dragons, both from Queensland Country Bank Stadium. And if that's not enough, Saturday night footy here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Newcastle trying to stretch it to 9 straight. They're resting some guns, among them Kalen Ponga, who's got that shoulder problem. And the Dragons, I have to say, have acquitted themselves pretty well over the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've been playing good footy against quality sides too, the Dragons. Could be a bit of a worry for the Knights. No Ponga's a bit of a leveler, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
He's insane.
But on the flip side, if they can win that and go into the finals on the back of 9 straight wins, and Kalen, notwithstanding that shoulder problem, coming back into the team, who knows? Who knows what they can do with confidence and form?
Well, their women's team are playing with confidence and form as well.
My word.
Here they go.
Upton, nice pass. Roach nearly through. Desperate tackle. Jess Gentle. Taylor Predabon back on the field now.
Help! Last tackle, release! Yeah, all the way. Go. Not late.
Jesse Southwell's control things beautifully with the kicking. Well taken by Nichols. But when you're chasing points, you want to be at the other end of the ground, and the Raiders have got 95 metres to travel.
Look at this defence from the Knights.
Have a go. Up and straight, Olivia.
Good line speed, good discipline. Good contact.
What a tackle.
Oh, yes.
Space, hand on. Straighten up, hold. Go, 3.
And Bartlett,
Help!
only just to the 20 now. They've used 4 of their tackles.
You know, what was working for them in the first half was getting outside that C defender. But with the fatigue that's in them at the moment, they're just going one out. They're just getting caught up. Look at this defensive set.
Stay square.
It's going to be a tough kick off the back for Temura.
Oh, and there was a juggle which didn't help. It's taken Taking a rebound off a Newcastle player. Johnston, the front rower, gets up and takes it in the air.
Wow. Well, that panned out perfectly for the Knights.
That was
pressure.
a big play by Johnston. That's potentially a Canberra ball there, and maybe with a fresh set. Higgins is back on the field. Here's Predabon. They can knock this game over with a try here. It's been some second half by Newcastle. Oh, they've lost it here. A bit of pressure there on that. Firstly, Jesse Southwell, the halfback, and then Albert Jones, who was running into the hole, although we've got a challenge.
Coming into tackle 4. We're going to cut this challenge from Newcastle. Challenging the decision of
That's wasted.
Mackenzie Wickie's come back on the field for the Raiders, so that's good news. She passed her HIA. She was huge for them in the first half.
Just looking at Layshawn Albert Jones. The ball is knocked forwards, just seeing if the knock-on is regained.
The only way it would be overturned is if it doesn't touch a Raiders player and it comes off her own leg and goes backwards. I feel like it comes off the leg of
The ball then touches a Canberra player.
Ash Quinn.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Knock on Newcastle. Raiders, just back it up. No, ladies. Time's off. We're in no rush. We're on the 10.
The Raiders are in a rush, let me
form it
tell you.
up
I've got 7.5 minutes to reel in an 8-point margin. Quinlan will feed the scrum here.
They're not making meters as easily as they were in the first half, Tomo.
No, they're going nowhere. It's like they're in quicksand. They're going to shift here. Bartlett. So deceptive with the running. That's an excellent tackle.
Held! Release it! Square, Georgia. Hold. Go, 1. Play, Sean. Move! All the way. Hold. Go, 2.
And the crowd trying to influence the officials too with a bit of trademark booing. Sahara to Nichols. Good ball. It goes to Tungai. She comes back infield. And they at least get up to the halfway. And this is the furthest they've been up the field in ages. Hollyman. Oh, she lost the ball. It's a knock on.
Oh, no.
What do you want
She bumped off Liv Higgins so well and then just unable to get down and play this one cleanly. She'll be filthy at herself on that one.
on the clock?
Like I said, first real opportunity to attack in a very long time for the Raiders.
Yeah, they had a bit of momentum there.
Wait.
Again, off the back of what worked for them in the first half. Moving the ball, finding some space on the edges.
Ashley, let go. Mona.
So Newcastle in the box seat to make it 5 wins in a row here. He wouldn't have said that at half time.
Mona, let go. Square. Go 2. Come 10.
The Southwells combining and out to Clydesdale.
Harder, roll out. Lock in. Samaima. Go 3.
Higgins runs herself, taken by Temera.
Lock in. Go 4.
It's still Samaima Taufa. Incredible bravery. And Predabon.
Last tackle, no more. Make it. Go, Mona.
Upped it into first receiver. Out to Jesse Southwell. Bumped off one tackler. Got it back to Predabon. Should be hard to hold here. She's over the line, but then shoved back.
Well, they did very well to hold her up there.
Leave it there.
I thought if Jessie Southwell let that one go
Leave it there.
one more time to her centre, she was over. But
Stay square. Push
they
up.
just look dangerous. They're coming onto the ball at pace. Tamika Upton's ball playing really well, which allows Jessie Southwell to set that little bit wider. And if it isn't points, they're certainly making it hard for the Raiders.
Georgia, move! Again, Taylor. Go.
They need a bit of individual brilliance here.
Held! Jasmine, release!
Collingwood driven back. She's had an excellent second half. The 5'8" for Newcastle, Georgia Roche, some important tackles. Here's Wiki. Lost the ball.
Coming into 5.
No, she certainly has, Tomo, and I think that's probably what's impressed me about her game throughout the year as she's come back and she's actually started to get into this lineup. Defensively, she has been very, very strong for the Knights. She's got really good contact. She doesn't shy away from the big bodies that run at her. We're just watching the replay on the opposite side. Very, very good. One-on-one tackle there.
Heads in. Right there, Zara. Clock off. In. Break. Ashley, no more. On the mark.
Parker.
No, 1. Ashley.
Played it to Higgins. And Lacey Albert-Jones.
Sophie, up. Lock in. Here.
8 points the difference. Time ticking away. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Clydesdale off an Upton pass. Played it rapid fire. Higgins away to Predabon. Back to Higgins. They've got them shot on this right-hand side. Oh, gee, they had to give the ball. There were 2 unmarked players out there. There's still 2 unmarked players out there if they go that way. Good defence. Good tackle made there by Robin Thretti.
No, 5.
Back for Southwell. It's a deep kick. It's taken by Zahara Temera. They've got to score on this set to be any chance.
Pushing for it. This is what I like.
Oh, tongue-eye.
Caitlin, move! Square, hold.
So Johnston there to make the tackle. There's no one around the ball. They've got to try to manufacture some sort of a miracle here, and I don't know if they've got the energy.
Well, the last set, it was all one-off. Very easily contained by the Newcastle Knights.
Oh, here's a kick and chase. And it's not going to work. Although Gallagher's put over the sideline.
Well, when I saw her put that in, I thought, that's not the right option. It's tackle 3. And then she came up with the right chase. I thought she got checked on the run through. This will be actually a really good angle for it. She puts the kick in and she gets checked. But she just stays on it.
Robin's ready. They've got to set it up now, though. They need to have that attacking shape that they had in the first half. A lot of numbers running off the ball at pace. The Westpac red zone play the balls. It's pretty even.
They need a try. They need it right now. Wiki didn't give the ball, and Tongai really wanted it, and she's lost it.
Will they challenge?
Yeah. Well, they have to, don't they?
They have to.
Davey, captain challenge. Coming into tackle 2. Raiders are challenging the on-field decision of a knock-on.
Well, live, I thought if she could tip it onto her winger, she might have an opportunity there. But here's
the Knights player is always
ball.
tackling the ball, just looking for an intent to strip.
Well, the arm is on the ball.
Mackenzie Wiki loses possession of the ball. Challenge unsuccessful.
Scrum.
What?
Scrum.
Hang on a second. She was always on the ball and the arm is pulling it away from her and there's a second player involved. I would have thought that that would be a penalty to the Raiders.
Bring it in.
But that's why I'm not in the bunker, Tomo. That's why I'm up here.
Okay, in the scrum.
She's hard done by
You got
her.
one extra here. It's in.
Be careful what you wish for, Roo.
In. Come on, break.
Nobody wants me in the bunker, I'll tell you now.
What an effort by the Knights.
No, 1.
They've just totally blitzed this second half.
What's the ball? Numbers in.
What kind of Powerade do they drink at half time? Because they have come out firing.
Hold. Grade 2. Brace, roll out. And lock
So
in.
more NRLW action
Play the ball.
straight after
Play
this.
the
The
ball.
Broncos and the Sharks. And then
Go, 3.
later on,
Play the ball.
another big clash.
Polly, give space
Cowboys
now.
and
Lock in.
Dragons.
It's going to be warm too.
Hold.
Townsville.
Go, 4.
It's never cool, but we're getting towards the spring months now.
How do we get a junket up there? I heard there was a cocktail service after the game.
We've got to talk to.
We'll put our hands up for that one.
talk to the Lord Mayor of Townsville, Jonathan Thurston.
Play the ball.
So
Ready,
Jessie
run it.
Southall, what a sublime second half. Her
Middle.
kicking has been
play the
exceptional.
ball.
And I think Canberra are happy to throw their hands up in resignation here. There is the siren.
No challenge.
The Raiders with an early lead, 10-0, looking pretty sweet at half-time, but straight out of the break, completely different intensity about Newcastle's work, and they've gone on to win the game, 20 points to 12.